Denmark had a lot of really old buildings, more old government buildings made out of brick. Some of them were castles with three castles. And then there's another aspect of the architecture that's very contemporary and modern. So very geometric, all glass houses right on the water. I actually went on an architecture tour on a boat through the entire city since it's all in waterways. So it was very interesting. Most people in Denmark look like supermodels. When I went out at night, all of the girls were wearing very high fashion clothes, so very tall heels, tight black dresses and pants with fur coats. And the guys dress the same but with a little more edge. There's tattoos and piercings seem to be a lot more acceptable among older people there, so it's not unusual to see a parent with purple stripes in their hair and piercings that, work in a corporate office. I didn't eat too much food when I went to Denmark, but what I did eat, it was a lot of buttery bread, sandwiches. People there drink a lot of beer, and they drink even alcohol shots at lunchtime. So that was a change for me. It's part of just, their regular lunch out with coworkers or friends. One thing to note is the Burger Kings are much nicer and look like a really nice restaurant versus ours that are all run down, but they're just as popular as they are here. The music scene is pretty much all techno electronic, so it's definitely trending in America, but it's been full-on techno in Europe for a while. So, when you go into a club, there's flashing lights and strobe lights, and everyone's dancing to techno. No rap or R&B or hip-hop or country, that's all they listen to. I did see quite a bit of art when I went there. What I did see was very simplistic design, a lot of bright colors. There's a lot of minimalist art, which is quite a statement, but then I also saw some really cool sculpture pieces that were bursting with color, made from different materials like metal, so that's more of a fine art side. And then, on their graphic side, just even window displays, it's all very artfully done. In America, people just have a sign. In Denmark, you don't just have a sign for your shop, you have a graphic designer do it, and it's done with expertise and looks very clean and sharp. People in Denmark, much like when I went to Sweden, are not as interested in speaking with strangers, and they especially don't like it if you approach them and try to make friends with them. There's a law-free zone in the middle of the city that was an old military base, and now there's no government that runs it, and it's right in the middle of the city. It's called Christiania, but anything goes there. There's no law, so there's actually self-governing cities within Christiania that have their own medical care, and they're mostly pretty much hippies. They survive off of selling drugs to the public that come in, and take advantage of the law-free zones. So they're basically a law-free city supported by drugs, and they live free of any rules. It's pretty interesting. So lots of dogs running around, but what I did notice when we went in there just to peek around was they would not let me take pictures, and people were definitely open to making friends.